get the gayness out of me. So I just got very, very, I'm not gonna lie, I just resented. Hey Sugar Plums, welcome back to my channel. The title of this video, don't be afraid, I promise you I'm not gonna do conversion therapy. Made that the title of the video because I am kind of thinking about it right now and I'm just like very, very confused about it, and I'm just so surprised that people actually go through with this, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm just so surprised. And the reason that I kind of got on this whole topic of things is because I received a message the other day from a family member of mine, a very, very close family member of mine, and this person sent me a text message, and it was like pretty much a conversion text message. They were trying to get me to convert, and if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I'm not going to be converting ever, anytime soon, or just in general. I love who I am, and I'm comfortable with who I am, and I'm not going to change for anyone, and I'm sorry if that offends anyone watching right now, but I just don't think conversion therapy is the way to go, but I'm going to get a little into that. Also, number one, if you guys are not familiar with conversion therapy is pretty much practice of trying to change an individual's sexual orientation from homosexual or bisexual to heterosexual using psychological or spiritual intervention. Not only do psychological or spiritual interventions, they do things physically. I was reading up about it, and there was this one guy, they actually had him shit in a this is not funny at all, but they actually had him shit in a cup. That was supposed to remind him of how, I guess, gay people have sex, and that was supposed to like gross him out. And there's a lot of people that kind of gone through conversion therapy, and I'm just very, very shocked. But I did see a few cases where it was more so their family put them in conversion therapy, and like I said, I did just get a message from a family member, pretty much them trying to say I should consider conversion therapy, and I just think conversion therapy is just not okay. I believe I was born the way I was born, and if God didn't want me to be born this way, he wouldn't have made me this way, if that makes sense. So I'm totally fine, and I'm totally happy with like who I am, and I think it just sucks that there are people out here that are trying to convert us and make us like straight, you know, and like, no offense, like I love all my straight people, but I love me, and I'm not gonna change that anytime soon, and I'm not gonna change that ever, because I love who I am, and I wouldn't be Kenny if I weren't a gay black guy who wore makeup. So yeah, so there's just a lot of things about the whole conversion therapy that I just don't necessarily agree with. I think it's so wrong for people to try to convert someone, because one, I just don't believe that you can be converted. I feel like you like what you like, and that's just that. I do believe that people can go through phases, so I will say that. I do think people can go through a phase, and I do think some people might be confused about their sexual orientation, so conversion therapy might work for them, possibly. But if you're like the LGBT plus community, having someone trying to change you is just so inappropriate, and I just don't think that's okay by any means necessary. If I have little gay babies or LGBT plus babies, they're gonna be that. They're gonna be whatever they want to be, and I'm gonna support them all the way through. And I think it does more harm to a person when you put them through conversion therapy. They wind up mentally scarred. They probably wind up way more confused than they were to begin with. And if you guys have seen the movie Boy Erased, I haven't watched it actually. I might watch it like literally right after this. But Boy Erased is pretty much about a boy who goes to conversion therapy, and he explains like, and you just kind of like follow him through the entire process, and you see how dangerous and terrifying and scary it is. I can't imagine like putting myself in that kind of situation. I'm not gonna lie though, I did consider going to conversion therapy, not because I wanted to convert, but because I wanted to like kind of see what it was about. And I know for 100% fact, no one can change me. I'm not gonna be changed, and I won't be changed, and that's okay. I don't think anyone should like want to try to change me. And a family member that texted me saying I should convert and change, it actually really upset me, because it is someone that I'm really, really close to, and I thought they were definitely starting to accept my lifestyle choices, and I thought they were coming around to them. And then when I received that message, I was like, girl, we're backtracking. Like, I thought we were like, you know, on the same page. I thought you were finally getting comfortable with it. You like met my boyfriend, you did this, you did that. Like, I thought you were finally getting comfortable with that, and it just upset me to know that no matter how hard I try and no matter how hard I want everyone to accept me and love me for me, there are gonna always be people that doubt me, and there's always gonna be people that think I'm going through a phase, and I'm not going through a phase. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I don't know how many times I like have to tell the internet this publicly, but Kenny is not going through a phase. I'm gay. I will always be gay, and that's that. I don't want to transition. That's another thing, because a lot of people think because I wear makeup that I want to transition. I need a little bit of setting spray and a little bit of, you guys know I love paracetamol. But like, why is this still a thing? Like, why are people so concerned about what I'm up to and who I'm sleeping with and what I'm doing? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's no one's business, and as long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. If I liked elephants, if I liked like animals, which no, that's not cool. Backtrack, I'm not gonna say that, but like, if I liked my teddy bear and I wanted to marry my teddy bear, that should be my prerogative. Why are you so concerned about what I'm doing? Obviously, if I wanted to marry my teddy bear, you guys might be concerned. There might be a little mental issue, but I should be able to do what I want, and I feel like I shouldn't have to answer to anyone. I'm a 24-year-old adult. I'm almost 25 years old. I don't have time to be worried about what other people think of me, and I don't have time to be worried about conversion therapy. But I guess back to the topic. So there are a bunch of people that came out about conversion therapy admitting that they did try it, and there are some people that like to say that it did help them and it did change, but a lot of the people that went through it said it didn't change them, and they wind up resenting themselves, and they wind up like self-harming because of it. Just imagine someone trying to change who you feel you are. Like, it's a lot to take in, and like a lot of these people didn't voluntarily do it, which sucks even more, but they were put in that situation and it caused more harm than good. And I just, that really does upset me, because I think if people were just a little bit more understanding about certain situations, there wouldn't even be this problem. But oh my god, guys, look at this phone case. It's so cute. I got it from Unique Find, which I think I tagged it a couple times on my Instagram. So if you guys aren't following my Instagram, you should be doing that, because I post a lot of stuff on there. But let's talk more about conversion therapy. You do a lot of shaming, and they really make someone like not love who they are, and I think that's so terrible. And most of these places are church affiliated, and that's what hurts the most, because it's like, I feel like people go to church for love, unity, and community, and the fact that churches or religious practices are making people hate themselves and not love themselves and not feel fully accepted and stuff, I think that's so hurtful, and I think it's very hypocritical. If you want my personal opinion, I think it's very hypocritical. People have religious affiliations to feel unity, community, and love. So the fact that these religious communities are preaching everything but that in these conversion therapies, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not okay for someone mentally. Being a part of the LGBT plus community, we already go through a lot mentally. I think anyone a part of the community could definitely say that. We already go through a lot, and we don't need to add anything else to our plates. Obviously, everyone has a different story. Some people's journeys are not as dramatic as others, but as you guys know, I've had a crazy, crazy, crazy journey here on the internet with my whole coming out story and just living as a gay guy. I'm gonna say homosexual because I feel like YouTube likes to flag all my homosexual videos, but I guess you could say toxic situation. I was pretty much forced to go to church every weekend. Even as an adult, I probably stopped going to church at age like 21. And now I'm like, but I was definitely forced a lot, and I felt like the intentions of me going, the people that were forcing me to going's intentions for me going were not pure. I think they just really wanted me to get the word of God so I could all of a sudden just get the gayness out of me. So I just got very, very, I'm not gonna lie, I just resented church for a bit, and I realized that it's not the church's fault, it's just the people in the church sometimes, and I'm definitely in a better place now, and I think I could totally go to church, but I just really genuinely just stopped going to my church because I felt like everyone knew something about me, and that just makes me very uncomfortable when people know things about me and like I didn't even share them with you. Like, obviously I'm online, people are always going to know things about me, but like it's different when it's like your community that you see a lot and the community that you've grown up with. It just put me in a very, very awkward situation to a point where I'm scared to go to church. I'm so scared to go to church because I just know like I'm gonna get stares and I know people are gonna give me funny looks, and like I don't want to deal with that right now in my life. I'm just more so trying to focus on building myself up, remaining confident, and just, you know, like surrounding myself with positive energy, because church can be a very great place to find unity and connection, but it can also be a very hurtful place if you're not in a good mindset. And I just don't think I was in a very good mindset to continue going to church. And no one's gonna try to steal my sense of identity. I know who I am, and I will continue knowing who I am. Obviously, I do go through life sometimes, and I'm like, all right, let me recuperate, because there is a lot that goes on, especially when you're online. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, so sometimes you do need to self-reflect on yourself to make sure you're not losing yourself. But that doesn't mean I don't know who I am. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I want to achieve, and I know exactly where I want to be in life, and that's okay. Like, just because I'm a part of the LGBT community does not mean anything. Yeah, I know this, but 700,000 LGBT people have been involved with conversion therapy at some point, and I just think that's crazy. And I think everything about it is just formed on lies, and I can't accept that, and I just think it's fucking wild. And I just feel like they really preach that there's something wrong with you, and I don't think there's anything wrong with me, quite honestly. I love who I am. I love the attention I get from being me, and I really wouldn't change anything for the world. And if I were asked to go back in time and choose to be straight, I literally would choose to be exactly how I am, because God made me this way, and I'm totally in love with me. And I just think it's really shitty for people to have their assumptions. At the end of the day, you're not God. You're not the one that has to answer to God. You're not the one that is gonna have to deal with it. It's gonna be me. So why are you trying to convert me? Why are you trying to be involved with something that doesn't have to do with you? And I think that's just what it comes down to. People are involved with things that don't concern them. And that's just my biggest issue. Like, worry about you. In the bigger picture, we should be worried about the youth at this rate. We should be worried about our younger generations. I don't think it's cool for younger generations to grow up even knowing about conversion therapy. You know what I mean? Like, when I do eventually start having kids, I want my kids to love themselves, and I want my kids to be happy with who they are. I want my kids to do whatever they want. You know what I mean? And I just feel like I don't want them to feel like there's something wrong with them because of a preference. Because at the end of the day, everything just comes down to a preference. And if it's not your preference, why the hell do you care? At the end of the day, I don't care what any of you guys are doing on your spare time. Like, I mean, I do, but like, at the end of the day, what you're doing isn't affecting me. I mean, it could be, but like, you guys get what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, like, my actions aren't going to affect you. So why should your actions affect me? I'm just going to live my life, and that's that. I mean, it is what it is. You can't please everyone. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I realize that, but I could be your cup of tea. And if you're watching this, I love you so much. And if you were ever put in a situation where you were considering conversion therapy, do not do it. Love yourself. You were beautiful. And just own it. Like, you know what I mean? Own your shit. And like, I noticed when you own your looks and you own your personality and you own just everything about yourself, the payoff is ridiculous. Like, I used to be so insecure about being a boy that wears makeup. I would never go in public. Literally, now I do it all the time. I love it. I love the attention I get from being a boy that wears makeup. And all around, I just think it's important for people to just see unique people, you know? Like, there's so many people in the world, you know? Why do we all have to be straight? Why do we all have to be heterosexual? Like, I just feel like there's so many people in the world. I feel like there's so many different experiences. And I feel like we all can learn from each other. And I feel like this whole stigma and just all this bizarre crazy stuff is just nuts. And the fact that one of my family members would even send me that message asking me to convert is just crazy, you know? Like, I can't believe that I even had to experience that. And it does hurt and it does suck, but I didn't even shed a tear because I'm just so immune to people hating me or not liking me because of one preference. Like, I like boys. I'm sorry I don't like girls. You know what? I'm not sorry I don't like girls, but like, people are judging me based off of a preference. Like, how shallow can you be? Like, I really don't understand it. I'm not a shallow person at all. I have friends from all different walks of life. I have straight friends, I have trans friends, I have bi friends, I have pansexual friends. I have all kinds of friends. You know what I mean? Different colors, different races, different heights, different sizes. Like, I'm just an open book, and I love having a bunch of friends from different walks of life. I feel like you learn more when you surround yourself with a bunch of different people. If you hang out with the same select few people, you kind of get wrapped up and you don't get to experience other parts of life. And I really do appreciate surrounding myself with a bunch of different people because it allows me to learn and it allows me to grow as a person. And at the end of the day, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make Kenny the best person he can be. Obviously, I'm not perfect and I will go through mistakes, but that's life, you know? Like, people make mistakes, people fuck up, people regret things, but it's all about learning from your mistakes after. And I feel like that's what's really important to me, is learning from my mistakes so I'm able to teach my kids. And that's that. I'm going to end this video here. Comment down below any video suggestions you guys might have, and let me know if you guys like this video. I do want to get more into, like, I guess, activism and politics and all that kind of stuff, but I don't want to leave my beauty behind because you guys know I can't go anywhere without a snatch face. I really do want to see a change in the world, and that's why I've been talking a lot about this kind of stuff lately. Sorry if I'm not, like, I guess the same old crazy Kenny that you guys have been following for years, but I just want to make a difference, and I don't want to just be a pretty face anymore. Obviously my face is very important to me, but I do want to do a little bit more than that. And don't mind my ratchet nails. I just got some press-on nails that didn't actually go on right. I don't know if they're just like the wrong size or what, but I was having a really hard time putting them on. So if you guys are familiar with putting press-on nails, send me a DM on Instagram. I'll link all that in the description below. And oh my god, guys, check out this freaking, so cute. But anyways, I love you boo so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and just remember, own everything that you do. Mwah. Bye.